Welcome to my channel. This is Sweet Tea and Moonlight, where we talk about home stuff, planning stuff, journaling stuff, arts and crafts stuff, and I am so glad that you are here today. For today's video, I just wanted to talk to you guys about my experience with the Legend Planner. I've used the Legend Planners for 3 years. Disclaimer, I am not the most consistent planner person ever. I do not have super aesthetic planners like you see on Instagram and Pinterest and all those things. I am very much plain Jane. I want them to be functional, and I don't really put a whole lot of effort into making them super pretty. I just try to kind of use them as they are and just whatever pen I have on hand. I try to add some stickers here and there, but for the most part, I just keep it simple. And the reason I wanted to talk to you guys about the Legend Planner is because I've used it for 3 years. I have purchased 3 actually different versions of the Legend Planner. So these are all like slight variations. And I just wanted to talk to you guys about how much I loved them. I genuinely did love them, but I am going to try the Hobonichi in 2026. But I wanted to share my experience with these to give people some more information about the Legend Planner and see if there's anybody who wants to give these ones a try, because even though I am moving away from them, I really did enjoy these planners, and I think they would be a great fit for a lot of people. So to begin, I was just going to talk about my very first Legend Planner. I got this one a couple years ago, I guess 3 years ago now, and I really did enjoy it. Again, I am not the most consistent type planner person, but I love the way that the Legend Planners help you break down your goals. They ask you insightful questions, and you're going to see, again, I am not the most active planner person, so I hope you guys can forgive me for that, but I'm trying. I'm really trying. In any case, this is how the Legend Planner is set up. If you're interested in seeing what a blank one of this version looks like, I actually do have a video on my channel that I just did a flip through whenever I first purchased this one. So if you're interested in that, I'll link that one. But all of the calendar months are set up in the beginning, and then after all the calendars are done, it switches to the weeklies. It was a really good setup. It made you feel like you didn't feel bad whenever you missed a week or something, because you just picked right back up. You didn't have to worry about having a whole bunch of blank pages if you didn't use it for a month or whatever. So I feel like in that regard, it was actually super beginner friendly. I love the way that the pages are set up with the work tasks, the personal tasks. It also has things like the habit, all of your traditional bullet journaling stuff, as well as here at the back. There are plain bullet journal pages that you can do pretty much whatever you want with. So overall, I feel like I used this one for probably 70% of the year. I would kind of come and go, which is pretty typical of me with planners. I've, again, never been super consistent, but I have had the best luck with Legend Planners. So if you are a person like me who has struggled to find a good planner, this one might be a good one to try, because I do feel like it's a good balance between traditional planning and bullet journaling, goal setting. It's a really well-rounded journal. The one I purchased next is this guy, which, as you can see, is gigantic. The main reason I wanted to try this one was because it's very similar. It's got all the traditional Legend Planner questions, goal setting stuff, all of that is up front. It has your traditional calendars. So let me try there. So it has your traditional calendar, but then it also has this section, which is super awesome for time blocking if you're a person who is interested in time blocking. I purchased this one because I had just got a new job. I thought it would be a lot of fun to like try out time blocking, but unfortunately, I think with the way that my brain works, it just didn't work for me. With my new job, I thought it would actually be super helpful to be able to time block, but I don't think my brain works that way. I felt like time blocking really just stressed me out, or maybe I just don't understand it well enough or something. I'm not for sure. So I don't know. I didn't love it. I really thought I would. I thought it would help me keep track of meetings and stuff, but I mean, for the most part, like with meetings, I had, alerts on my phone, so I ended up not using this one a lot. And because it's so stinking big, as you can see, it is gigantic and heavy. I didn't really take it around with me. I didn't even want to take it like from work to home and back again. So I had set up my bullet journal pages, not very many of them, but I had set up a couple things to track here at the end, and I didn't take it home because it was just so bulky. So I had my tasks at work written down in here, and then I didn't even bother using these pages because I didn't want to lug this thing around. So long story short, this one didn't really work for me. I think that if you're a person who enjoys time blocking or more specific, tasking and stuff like that, I do think there's a time and a place where the most could be made out of this planner, and it would be awesome. Like, this would work really well for somebody, but it just didn't work for me. And that's okay, because that's part of like learning how to plan and use a planner, is finding ones that work for you. Planning is very much not a one-size-fits-all, so it is absolutely okay to try and fail a little bit in your journey. But, ultimately, with that being said, I loved the Legend Planner so much I wanted to try it one more time, so I got this really pretty green one this year for 2025. I actually had another pretty big life change this year. At the end of 2024, I had my baby. She's our first one. Beautiful little girl, love her so much. But I transitioned into being a stay-at-home mom. I'm very blessed that I get to do that. But I wanted to still get a planner this year because I thought, I'm going to have, pediatrician appointments. I'm going to have house stuff that I need to keep track of. I'm still going to want a planner. And so I went ahead and went back to the smaller size. I bought this one this one is called like Undated version 2 colorful edition. It's something like that. I can't remember the exact title, but I'll link it below. So it's a little different than the first one I showed you, but it's still undated. It's still very personalizable. The calendar is up front, and then you have the weeks immediately after. And I feel like the Legend planners are just good, basic, easy planners to get into. Unfortunately, I just found myself using it less and less. Like, you can see, already, this is May, and I just wasn't using it that much, even though I really did want to. And by the time July hit, let me see if I can find the page. Yeah. By the time July hit, well, you can see here, by the time it was just, I just wasn't using it anymore. I really wasn't. So I realized that maybe, at least in this season of life that I'm in, or maybe just, I'm just not using planners in the way that they're intended. So I realized I wanted to try something different. Again, I really love the Legend planners. I think they're really great, and I can't recommend them enough because they're just such quality planners, especially for the price point. So I would highly recommend checking them out. But for me, I think I've decided that I wanted to try something different. I am going to get the Hobonichi Cousin in 2026. I purchased this one. This is the Hobonichi AVAC. It's just for July through December of this year. This was about half the price. It was like $20, especially because I got it right after July started, so it was heavily discounted. The reason I purchased it is because I wanted to just see what the Hobonichi, I've been following planners for years on YouTube and Instagram and stuff. So I just wanted to see what the Hobonichi was about, see what the hype was, see if it was something I would be interested in. And it turns out I really, really like it. I am still experimenting with how I'm going to use it, and I'll share more about the Hobonichi in another video. But ultimately, I'm sharing this now because, one, I think it's a really good idea to buy the discounted version like this if you're unsure about the Hobonichi, but you're unsure if you want to invest in them since they're like $60 or $70. Like, that's so much for a planner. But if you want to like try it out and just test the waters, I think this is a great option. But the main reason I say it is because as I'm transitioning out of legend planners, I'm going to go into more memory keeping type stuff. I have some ideas on how to like continue my to-dos, continue my appointments. I'm going to play around with it, still, but I'll make more videos on this one later, but I only share it because I just want to talk to you about why I'm leaving the legend planner and why I'm choosing the Hobonichi for 2026. But with that being said, I really did enjoy all of the legend planners that I've had. They are so pretty. They're so much fun. I think they are very beginner friendly, and I really can't recommend them enough. I just think I'm ready to try something different, and I'm ready to try something that fits, like, again, just the season of like them and also how my brain works. So I think these are going to be a great fit for a lot of people. I recommend them. I'm looking forward to trying the Hobonichi, but I can also see returning to these one day. So with all of that being said, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope this was at least helpful. I hope you got to see some of the different ones. I'll have each version linked below. But other than that, I hope you follow along. I have a lot more journal planning, homemaking videos planned for the future, and I would love for you to follow along. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!